feel like this is a good opportunity for people to be disputing, because they are, making sure that people's credit reports are accurately reflected. And so if you need help with writing those dispute letters, I do have a collection of dispute letter templates. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be talking about a string of lawsuits that has been filed through the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, which is an agency that handles credit reporting, inaccurate credit reporting, and whenever someone files a complaint or wants to dispute something off of their credit report, they are the agency that goes after the credit reporting bureaus and the collection agencies to make sure that they are handling people's information accurately and investigating like they should be. And so at the end of last week, they filed a series of lawsuits towards companies for charges ranging from inaccurately reporting people's credit information to false investigations and everything in between. And the companies that they have gone after so far have been Capital One, Experian, and Equifax. So in this video, I am going to go deeper into that, providing you more information on what those lawsuits include and how you can use this to your advantage in order to start working and removing things off of your credit report. Let's get into it. Okay, so first is the lawsuit that the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the CFPB, filed against Capital One. So they sued Capital One for cheating consumers out of more than $2 billion in interest payments on savings accounts. So what does this mean? Basically, Capital One promised consumers that its 360 savings account provided one of the nation's best and highest interest rates, but the bank froze the interest rate at a low level while rates rose nationwide. Around the same time, Capital One created an identical product, calling it the 360 Performance Savings, that differed from the 360 Savings only in that it paid out substantially more interest. At one point, more than 14 times the original 360 savings account rate. Capital One did not specifically notify 360 savings account holders about the new product, the 360 Performance Savings. So there are two separate accounts. One is the original, the 360 savings account, which Capital One was promoting as the best, and it has the highest interest rate, and it's going to get you the highest high yield, savings percentage for your money. You put your money in this high yield savings account, you're going to get the best and the highest interest rate. That's what Capital One was promising in the original 360 savings account. So then some time later, Capital One created a 360 Performance Savings account, but did not notify the previous account holders, the original account holders, that they created this new product so that they would not have to pay them the new higher interest rate. Okay? So then the lawsuit seeks to stop the company's unlawful conduct and provide redress for harmed consumers and impose civil money penalties, which would be paid into the CFPB's Victims Relief Fund. So this money is going to go into a fund. It seems like it is a settlement, so you may want to go on there on the CFPB website and see if you qualify to receive some of the money from the settlement. Is that whenever the national average rises, the banks are supposed to rise with it. They're supposed to follow that trend. So whenever it rises, the banks are supposed to follow, and if it goes down, the banks may go down with it as well. So the 360 savings account rate was lowered and then froze to just about 0.30%, even as rates increased nationwide. In contrast, starting in early 2022, Capital One increased the 360 performance savings account rate, and that went from 0.40% in April of 2022 to 3.3% in January of 2023. And then in January of 2024, it rose even higher to 4.35%. And all those people who had their money in the original 360 savings account were not getting that interest rate. So how were they able to hide this from consumers? Capital One named and marketed the two products similarly, and it eliminated nearly all references to the 360 savings account product on its website and replaced them with references to the identical 360 performance savings account, without notice that 360 savings continued to exist as a separate product. It excluded 360 savings account holders from a marketing campaign advertising the 360 performance savings to Capital One's other existing customers. And it forbade its employees from proactively telling 360 savings account holders about the 360 performance savings account. So basically, they misled consumers about high interest accounts, and they kept consumers in the dark to maintain a two-tier system so that they wouldn't have to pay out as much. Yeah, you can't do that. You can't keep people in the dark. You're promoting two similar products. You're advertising that, this is the one that has the high interest rate, but then you're freezing other people out of an even better product so that you can avoid paying that extra money. That's a no-no. All right, so next on the CFPB's lawsuit list is Experian. So Experian is being sued by the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau for sham investigations of credit report errors. Experian does not properly investigate disputes and fails to remove or reinserts errors on reports threatening consumers' access to credit, employment, and housing. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau sued Experian, which is a nationwide credit reporting agency. We all know there are three of them: Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. This is Experian right here. So they're suing Experian for unlawfully failing to properly investigate consumer disputes. Come to one of two conclusions, right? Either that you owe the debt or that you do not. They are unable to prove that you owe the debt, and when they come to that conclusion, they are supposed to remove it from your credit report. And so the CFPB is alleging that Experian did not take sufficient steps to intake, process, investigate, and notify consumers about their disputes, resulting in the inclusion of incorrect information on their credit reports. When consumers disputed errors on their credit reports, Experian conducted sham investigations, which sounds like they were saying they were investigating, and they were not. So they were probably saying, oh yeah, we investigated it and you still owe, and they keep it on your credit report, but they did nothing. They didn't investigate it. They were just lying. So when they do that and it stays on your credit report, it affects you being able to qualify for things such as housing, car loans, credit cards, even employment. Some employers do a credit check. And so Experian is one of the nation's three largest credit reporting agencies. And so Experian markets, advertises, sells, offers, and provides credit scores, credit reports, credit monitoring, and other related products, claiming that they are in your corner, that they are going to investigate inaccuracies, that they're going to remove things that are untrue, or that they find, you do not owe this debt. They are supposed to be on your side and going after these collection agencies who are reporting false debt. But they have not been doing that. They have been making it like they're investigating, and they just have not been doing anything. And so the CFPB is suing them. Again, I'm not seeing a specific amount, but this is fairly new. This just happened maybe like 4 days ago. So, again, soon we'll see how much they are going to settle, and they're going to put that in some type of fund. Definitely stay tuned to that. Next one is Equifax. So Equifax is ordered to pay $15 million for improperly conducting investigations as well. So Equifax has failed to conduct adequate investigations of disputed information on people's credit reports. So it seems that Equifax and Experian have both been conducting false sham investigations, saying we're going to investigate, your dispute, see if it's accurate and true. If it is, you still owe this debt, but if not, we're going to remove it from your credit report, and any negative impact that it has on your credit score will be gone. And so they just have not been doing that. They've been ignoring consumer documents and evidence submitted with these disputes, and just allowing previously deleted inaccuracies to be reinserted into people's credit reports. They are being ordered to comply with federal law, and they must pay a $15 million civil money penalty, which will be deposited into the CFPB's Victims Relief Fund. Equifax's process for submitting disputes limits the ability of consumers to fully and accurately describe their disputes, and they also fail to consider relevant information submitted by consumers, sometimes not looking at the information at all. Second, they were putting deleted errors back on credit reports and failing to block identity theft related information. And then finally, they have been sharing inaccurate credit scores and data about consumers with lenders. Coding errors in Equifax's internal software caused the company to miscalculate and share inaccurate credit scores for several 100,000 consumers. The company also reported the same credit accounts multiple times for more than 50,000 consumers. So Equifax, they are ordering them to pay $15 million. All right, y'all. And finally, we have American Express. American Express is being sued by the IRS. The IRS, y'all, for fraudulent sales and marketing practices. What does this include? This includes providing inaccurate tax advice to customers and potential customers on wire products, primarily marketed to small and mid-sized businesses. So, for example, customers were told that the credit card charges and company fees, that the company fees were tax deductible as a business expense. So they misled their customers, by saying that these fees were tax deductible, and if you if you apply for the credit card and were approved, any charges that you put on there, any fees or whatever, were tax deductible. And that is not necessarily true. The only way that credit card interest is tax deductible is if the charges are business expense related. So it has to be for business purposes only. It cannot be for personal purposes. So financial institutions like American Express have no business pitching inaccurate tax avoidance schemes to sell products and turn a quick profit, says Judy Phillips, the acting U.S. attorney for the Eastern District of New York. This resolution ensures that American Express will be held financially accountable for the unacceptable conduct of its sales employees and misrepresenting the tax benefits of these products. Now, American Express said that the disputed sales practices ended in 2021 or earlier, and that it will pay roughly $230 million in total to resolve the matter. So they are going to settle for $230 million. They're saying that they're cooperating extensively with the investigation, that they're taking down any marketing or sales campaigns that are related to this, and they are going to pay a settlement of $230 million. You cannot deduct expenses, interest, unless it is either business related or it is an above the line deduction. The only types of interest that are deductible as itemized deductions are investment interest and qualified mortgage interest, including points if you're the buyer. Types of interest deductible elsewhere on the tax return, which are normally called above the line tax deductions, are student loan interest as an adjustment to income, non-farm business interest, farm business interest, and interest incurred to produce rents or royalties. Types of interest that are not deductible include personal interest, such as for interest paid on a loan to purchase a car for personal use, credit card and installment interest incurred for personal use, and points if you're a seller, service charges, credit investigation fees, interest relating to taxes and income, such as interest to purchase or carry tax-exempt securities. And again, all of these are related to personal use. Business use is something totally different, and you would have to prove that it is business related and that it is necessary, and you would have to prove that it is ordinary and necessary for you to operate and continue your business, and it has to be a business related expense. Now, how can you use this to your advantage? What you can do is pull your credit report. You can get a free credit report file once a year. You need to go through everything. You need to look through everything, comb through it, make sure things are accurate. You know, your name is accurate, your address is accurate, your social security number. Look at the accounts that are being reported. Are they accurate? Is the amount correct? You know, do you have any collections? And anything that sticks out to you as not being right, you're unsure, it doesn't look right, file a dispute through the CFPB. So this is a good time for you to file a dispute and make sure that you are thorough. You're putting all your information, your account number, the amount, why you feel like it is inaccurate, requiring them to do an investigation, providing you with proof that you owe this debt, and you know, you have to go from there and see what they say. If they're still saying, you know, you owe this, then it will be on you to provide proof that you do not. You refile a dispute, you send in your second letter, and then you wait to hear back from them. But I feel like this is a good opportunity for people to be disputing, because they are, you know, making sure that people's credit reports are accurately reflected. And so if you need help with writing those dispute letters, I do have a collection of dispute letter templates that you can use. And so click the link in the description below and you can gain access to those templates in order to file your dispute with the credit bureau. All right, y'all, so that's all I have for this video. Make sure that you like this video, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one of which is this one. Bye.